Literally have boxers on. Hey guys, what's up? It's Molly. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a relationship advice slash just a Q&A slash boy talk. I don't really know what I'm going to title this yet. It's basically a part 2 to my boy talk that I did about 2 months ago. I've been meaning to film an updated one. I really wanted to film one with Fab, my boyfriend, but our schedules are just a little conflicting right now, so we'll get around to filming a video together soon. But in the meantime, I'm still here. You know, I'm still here to answer your questions. You guys always ask me questions about relationships and advice and everything of the sorts, so I'm here to bring it to you. Oh my god, I forgot to put lip gloss on. That's better. So I asked you guys to ask me questions on my Instagram, you know, like the little question thing that they let you do now. That is so helpful for YouTubers, by the way. But anyways, I asked for questions on Instagram, so if you guys aren't following me on there, make sure to, because that's where I post a lot of updates, a lot of sneak peeks to things, and just ask for questions a lot and for video ideas. And also, I have been uploading so much recently, so I'm gonna leave a bunch of my like recent videos linked down below, or you guys can just go to like my channel and look on there, because I've uploaded so much more recently than I have been for the past good while. So I am keeping these all anonymous. The first question is, been together for a year, he still hasn't said I love you, but says things around it all the time. A year is a long time for someone to be dating you and not say I love you. So I don't really know too much about the situation, of course. All I know is what she gave me. But in my opinion, he's probably just afraid to say those 3 words. One thing I have learned recently is that most guys, majority of guys, are not going to date you for no reason, especially for a year. If he stuck around and stayed with you for an entire year, that is a long period of time. Maybe he's just afraid to say those 3 words, and that's why he's showing it in so many other ways and hinting about it and doing all of that. Maybe he's just nervous to say those 3 words. Those 3 words to some people are like, I don't know how to describe it, but they're so special and they get so nervous to say them that they just don't. Next question is, what would you do if a guy is a serial cheater but you love him and he claims he's changed? I actually read a lot of these questions before I sat down to film this video. I thought about this one for a long time because I didn't know what I would do. And I know that I said in my last video that I believe that just because someone cheats with one girl doesn't mean that he's going to cheat with the next girl, because I think that the reason why he cheated with that one girl is because he didn't truly love her. So I think what she's saying is that he cheated several times with other separate girls, but she loves him and she doesn't know if she can trust him. But I think that what you have to do is ask yourself and figure out if he truly does love you. You said that you love him, but does he love you? Because if he truly does love you and wants to be with you, and you know that deep down, you have no doubts or concerns or trust issues with him in regards to you and him alone, then you shouldn't have to worry. Also, because at the end of the day, you are not those girls that he cheated on. You are yourself and your own person. And I know that he's saying, he claims that he changed, and maybe you did change him into a better person. So you need to consider a lot of things. The next question I got asked in every single which way possible, and I get DMs about it all the time, even when I'm not looking for Q&A questions, and that is, what is it like being in an interracial relationship, and how do you deal with people judging you for it? Here's the thing, I know that even though it's 2018, there are still people who unfortunately think in an awful way. And I'm sure that for some people it is so difficult to be in an interracial relationship, but for Fab and I, it's not really difficult at all. I can't speak for him, but I can only speak for myself here. And for me, and like what I see in the 2 of us, it's really not difficult in the slightest bit. We live in an area where it's normal and it's not something that's like crazy. You know, if I was living back in my hometown, it would be a little bit less normal. You know, my hometown that I grew up in was majority white. It was majority white people. That's not to say it was all that, but it was. So I think, you know, if I was living back in my hometown, which is about 45 minutes from here, it would be a little bit of a different story, but not too much. But especially out here, we don't surround ourselves with anybody who thinks any way like that, and everyone that we just associate ourselves with in general is accepting and doesn't even think of it as a thing. It's just we're dating. That's all it is to it. Also, luckily, we are in a world where there is this feature called block, and you can block anyone you want. So I've gotten about like 3 or 4 comments or like DMs about us together, and it is the simplest thing in the entire world. All I gotta do is go on their profile and click block, and you never have to hear from them again. Very blessed to just have everyone, our families, our friends, and a lot of you guys just be completely accepting of it, and that's a really nice thing to see. Anyone who thinks that it's wrong or thinks in a judgy way towards it is not worth my time. Another question about me and Fab, this is a quick one. It's asking how long we've been dating. So we've been dating for, what's the date today? Today is August 17th. So we've been dating for pretty much 2.5 months. September 4th will be 3 months. But I also do want to just put it out there that even though we have only been dating for 2.5 months, like that's not really long at all, we've been talking consistently and seeing each other consistently for a really long time. So it's not like just 2.5 months ago we met and then we started dating. Like, it was a long process before we got to here, and that's why I'm so comfortable around him, and we like live together, do all that, because we have been, you know, in the process of pre-dating for a very long time. It was more Fab's idea than mine, but you know what? I went with it, I stuck through it, and he was right. Like, it was definitely worth it. Speak of the devil, I'm watching a snap from Fab right now. He's at work. Next question I really liked. It's asking, what is the key to a happy relationship? So everyone definitely has their opinions on what makes a relationship good, or what makes, sorry, my phone just went off, or what makes a relationship bad. And for me, the one thing that I think that stuck out about Fab to me and made me want to pursue him and makes our relationship so good is that we're both really consistent with each other. And what I mean by that is, if he says that, you know, he's gonna be over tonight at 8 o'clock, he will be here tonight at 8 o'clock. And he has been like that from the beginning, from the first time I met him. He's always been so consistent. He never cancels on me. He never just does anything to make me lose trust in him in that way. Someone who is just so consistent and reliable. I don't really ever have to question anything or question how he's feeling, because I know how he's feeling. And I know that's something that so many people struggle with, is people ghosting them, or people changing up on how they feel and just like completely changing up as a person, and you're like, what the frick? Like, I thought we were going good. So that's something that I didn't have to deal with Fab, and something that I really learned that I valued. All right, so the next question, I took this one to answer because Fab and I were kind of touching on this topic last night, and it's asking, what would you do if your boyfriend told you to tone up / lose weight? Is it acceptable? So say you just started dating a guy and he tells you, you need to lose weight. I would be like, who the fuck do you think I am? This is not gonna work out, goodbye. But Fab and I were saying last night, like, something that we want to do for each other is hold each other accountable and try and better each other. So if one of us is falling off in any way, we try and help each other get back up. But it's kind of like one of those things where he can only do that if like you kind of give him permission to do that. If that makes any sense. I'm not saying like you have to be like, I give you permission to tell me to go to the gym. I'm just saying if he knows that you value doing that and you want to tone up your body, then you're kind of giving him a little bit of leeway to be like, hey, did you go to the gym yet today? You know, he can say it in a nice way. It's not like he has to be rude about it. Next one is, how do you know if a guy's intentions are good and he's not just using you? This is a really good question, and something that, you know, I personally worry about a lot, because you just really never know, especially if you're meeting someone that you haven't like known your whole life, like you just met him at the bar or something. It's kind of like, wait a second, who are you? Who really are you? Pay attention to a couple different things with him. Pay attention to how he's acting. Is he texting you at 2 a.m.? I know everyone says that, but like, is he only texting you at 2 a.m.? And is it just quick conversations? Is he to the point where he's like, are you home? Want to hang out? And it's just like, you know, there's no emotion to it, then I would take a step back. Another red flag would be if he's inconsistent with you, like I touched on earlier. But if he goes a week talking to you every day and then all of a sudden you don't hear from him for like 5 days or 2 weeks, it's a red flag, and you should think about the fact that he's not treating you like a priority. Next question I related to so hard. She's asking, how do you put yourself out there, because I'm all kinds of awkward with mans most times. I'm gonna assume that she's saying she has a mans and she's awkward with him most times. girl, I feel you, because I'm a very awkward person, or not really awkward, I'm just like a very shy, reserved person with other people, especially guys. I just have always been that way, but it's not even just with guys, it's with girls too. Like, just meeting people in general, it takes me a long time to get comfortable around people. So the reason now that I am so comfortable around Fab, for instance, is because of the fact that we have spent so much time together. You know, for the past like 6-7 months, we have pretty much seen each other every single day. So obviously not everyone can do that. We are very blessed to be able to see each other all the time, but doing that and just seeing him more and more and not just hanging out, you know, for an hour or a really short amount of time really helped, because I got to be so comfortable around him, and it's to the point now where I feel like I'm almost too comfortable around him. And I used to think all the time, like, wow, I'm never gonna be as comfortable around a boyfriend as I am with, like, say, Kenzie, who's one of my best friends. And the reason why I'm so close with Kenzie is because I've known her for 6 years or 5 years, however long, and we also lived together for 1.5 years. So obviously I'm going to be insanely close with her. So I would say just know that it takes time, and try and spend more and more time with the person that you're trying to get comfortable around, and you will soon become less awkward. Just trust the process. Because Fab can vouch for this, that I was very awkward in the beginning of us talking. We hung out a lot at my place in the beginning, and he did most of the talking. And by most of it, I mean pretty much all of it. I just am the type of person where I like to like observe before I like, you know, dive in and give my own opinions and talk and stuff like that. So someone just asked me how to glow up after a breakup, which, speaking of, I answered this question just as a little plug, but I just recently uploaded a video all about how to glow up for back to school and how to feel and look your best. So I'll leave that link down below. You guys should definitely go check it out. Last question I'm going to answer is, how do you get a F-buddy or a friends with benefits to date you? I've seen plenty of people successfully have that happen to them. You just have to be yourself, because if you think that you want to date that person, you think it could work out between the two of you and that you guys could mesh really well and that you guys could be something great. So if you think that way, there should be some signs in there that you really truly could do that, and hopefully he can pick up on those things. So I would say just keep being you and doing you and showing that you care about that person, and kind of just like hinting to them that maybe you want a little bit more, you know, maybe you want to go out on a date one time and see how it goes. Because one thing I've learned in my 21 years is that you can't force the other person to feel a certain way, but you can just keep trying on your end, and hopefully one day they will pick up on that and realize what's in front of them. Okay guys, so that was everything for my advice video today. Hopefully you guys got some good little tips, or if I answered your question, hopefully I helped you out a little bit. As always, if you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe, because it would make my day, and give this video a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot and just helps me know what kind of videos you guys like and which ones you don't like as much. And leave a comment down below, please. I love reading the comments, so those are always appreciated. But yeah, I think that's everything for this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you in my next one very soon. Bye!